Back on Inside Tennessee, Happy New Year once again. We're glad you're with us. Don Bosch and Susan Richardson-Williams telling us what will happen in 2023. We appreciate the crystal ball. Ooh. And you're always pretty spot on as well if we look at your record last year.
Once in a while.
Yeah, once in a while. But just look at 2022's last broadcast. You proved you're right. All right, Susan, let's start with you at the national level. Your winner for 2023 will be?
I'm going to go with Senator Kirsten Sinema from Arizona. You know, she recently left the Democrat Party, declared herself an independent, and we've watched what happened with Joe Manchin when he was the vote that can make the difference. So now you have Manchin and you have her. She's still going to caucus to the Democrats, maybe, but I think you're going to see her really become the person that's the go-to. Now, that's saying in 23 she's a winner. 24, when she has to run for re-election, I think she's going to be a loser.
Don?
I'm not worried about Sinema being an independent. Her and Manchin have always been independent, and I really don't think it changes much. And now that we've got one more over there with Fetterman, I feel pretty good about Sinema. But my national winner, and I struggled with this up until this very moment, I think it's going to be the emergence of a couple of Democrats, not sure who they're going to be, but on the national level, either to potentially step in 24 should President Biden not run, and by all accounts he's running, and I believe he's running. But if not, to look at 28. And the two names that keep coming to mind for me are Cory Booker and Gavin Newsom, the governor of California. Both of those names are strong. Gavin Newsom has won a number of elections, to include a recall recently, that he won overwhelmingly when they said it would be close. So I think he is emerging as a national figure to be noted, and Cory Booker's just always been strong.
I could only hope that Gavin Newsom is your nominee. Please. He's
you said that about Joe Biden a few years ago.
Well, I'm still saying that about Joe Biden.
He is our president.
I think they'll bring Hillary Clinton back out, the comeback kid. Right?
She's done. She's ready for Madame Tussauds. But let me suggest another name that is worth watching, and I think that's Andy Beshear.
Gretchen Whitmer?
I think Andy Beshear has got a shot.
Kentucky.
He's the governor of Kentucky, our neighboring state. You know, he's a Democrat, and he's managed so far to kind of steer the ship okay. He might be. He's young. He comes across well. He's got more personality than Ron DeSantis does, I think.
I like him, but it could be like Al Gore revisited, where Gore couldn't win the state of Tennessee for president. Right. And so,
Susan, your loser nationally for 2023 will be?
Well, I hate to say this, but I think it's got to be Kevin McCarthy. We're going to assume he's going to be elected speaker. But even when he, bless his heart, as we say in the South, you know, he's going to have a very difficult time herding those cats. And that's what it's going to be like. You got the Freedom Caucus who, you know, are going to give him all kinds of grief. Kevin was smart. He would just say, let Steve Scalise do this and move on.
Don, your loser.
You know, Susan and I we came up with this independently. Kevin McCarthy. Okay, I cannot think of a door prize I'd rather not have than be Speaker of the House for this Republican Party right now. He won't make it the year.
Susan, the issue of 2023 nationally?
I think it's going to be gridlock. We've seen it before. You have a Democrat Senate, you have a Republican House. It's similar to, you know, what we've had sometimes in the past, and you just get nothing. Nothing gets done. They're struggling right now, even with the resolution, the continuing resolutions, the omnibus bill, all this stuff, and we're not even into control of the House yet with the Republicans. I think we're not going to. I think we're just going to have total gridlock.
Don?
I was prepared to say the exact same thing. There's going to be some gridlock. I'm not prepared to quite say it'll be total gridlock, but it'll be a lot of gridlock. But I'm going to say, and I've said this now for a couple of years, but it's actually going to happen in 2023. It will be the indictment either in Fulton County, Georgia, or federally of former President Donald Trump. And, you know, the special counsel, Jack Smith, appointed by Merrick Garland, is moving at light speed, folks. This is happening now. It's happening quick. Obviously, we've had the referral in the last couple of weeks from the House Select Committee on January 6th. We are going to have, for the first time in our history, a president indicted criminally and ultimately tried on I'm not sure which one it'll be. It might be all of them. It's going to happen. It would have happened with Nixon, but for Ford pardoning him, saying that the nation really couldn't bear the burden of that. I think we're ready to bear that burden, and I think we will see it.
John, any other issues that are top of mind you think that we'll see in 2023 dominate headlines?
I think I would just throw out one more. I agree with both of you guys. I would throw out the United States Supreme Court as well. We are not done with them. We're not done hearing about them. We're not done hearing about controversies involving them. There is this so-called 6 versus 3. Justice Roberts is kind of trying to hold the two continents together. Mm-hmm. That's hard. There are some big issues still coming before the Supreme Court that I think are going to, again, sort of set off some controversy.
Well, one more thing, too, and it involves the Supreme Court, is the southern border, the immigration issue, and the court have stayed the Rule 42 for the moment, but that's going to come back, too. So immigration may very well be another big topic this year.
All right, our last and final block for predictions in 2023 is really the politician and issue that will absolutely dominate headlines, maybe a repeat, maybe a surprise from these two. Stay with us. We'll have that discussion right after this.